Welcome to today's video. I will be doing a reaction to the subreddit r/unpopular opinion because I like a little controversy and I have some unpopular opinions myself that maybe I'll get into today. So let's jump into it. Let me sort this by, I'm still kind of new to Reddit. Let's do top and let's go to this should be good. Most people shouldn't have dogs. Dude, I have that on my list of hot takes in my Notion. Check this out. Like for real. I'm not lying. Check this out. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, well, I think mine's a little different, but uh don't look at all my Notion stuff. It's private. It's personal. Um what? Dang, this is gonna be a good one. Where are we at? Hot takes. Boom. Check that out. There are too many people who have dogs that shouldn't, and then too many people who should get dogs that don't have them. Like it would change their life for the better. They just don't know it. So what does this guy say? Let me read this. I don't know why this is unpopular, but it is. Too many people get dogs without thinking of the scope of responsibility. You should not have a dog if you can't afford major medical bills. You should not have a dog if you need to keep it locked up 10 to 16 hours a day. I swear people think they are some anime characters or something. I'm going to get my loyal companion who's perfectly trained and it's all perfect. The reality is extra bills and extra responsibility that people are not prepared for. The dogs get neglected and you end up with a bigger problem. People complain how hard it is to get a dog from the shelter, but I honestly think it should be harder. Bars. Okay, let me explain mine. So, yes, there's like so many people that just have dogs, and while they are an animal, and on the tier of like priority, how do I say this? I had a dog. I'm a huge dog lover. Like so big. My dog literally saved slash changed my life forever. Dogs are just the best. They're just the best. If you have dogs, you get it. If you don't have dogs, you might not get it. But there's people that like treat them too much like animals. And then you could argue there's some people that maybe don't treat them enough like an animal, like treat them above children. And that's not good either. There's definitely extremes to it, but this has a lot of upvotes, so I'm assuming it is a popular opinion. Now, on the other end, though, might I argue, there's a lot of people who I think would greatly benefit by having a dog. Like, not only could they maybe use like a little more responsibility, but it would bless their life. Like, it would truly become a joy in their life. Like I think my mother could get a dog. Like she never wants a house dog. And we grew up with ranch dogs. And so they were out of the house, and those were kind of closer to wild animals than they were domestic pets. But that's like her idea of how a dog should live. And while I think my ranch dogs had a pretty good life, like a house dog for my mother, she like the thought of having to clean up after a dog and stuff freaks her out. But I know if she got like a really cute dog and like it just loved her, she would fold so fast, so fast. But anyway, let's carry on. Maybe I'll read some of these later, but this is a great start. Everyday cars should not be designed to exceed 100 miles per hour. I mean, seriously, think about it. If the high speed limit in most places is 75 to 85, then why do we even need the capability? I understand that the engine is designed to be capable of going to higher speeds because then it puts less strain on the engine at lower speeds and improves engine health, but there should be a safety design where, despite the ability, cruise control just kind of kicks it at 85, 90, with the exception of first responders, emergency, and racetrack vehicles. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, I like it. I like the safety. I agree. Too many people like speeding is dumb, bro. If you get a ticket for speeding, you are dumb. Like you're just dumb. I'm sorry. If okay, and as somebody who once got a ticket for reckless driving, but it was dumb. Okay, like my case was clearly different. Dang, now I sound like an idiot. Yeah, I'm coming around to it. That's fair. Maybe cars should have like a better 0 to 60 because I think people really enjoy that, and that's not as dangerous as just somebody flying going like 110 on a freeway. Most students don't really hate math. What they actually hate is feeling like a failure. I'm somebody who says I hate math, yet I did mortgages for like 3 years. Because if you don't really have good foundations, you struggle. And who likes to struggle? Most students who say they hate math don't really hate it. They hate feeling like failure. They hate all these numbers they have to memorize or process. Nobody told them why it's important in terms to understand, so they feel it's busy work and just not fun. So they slowly start to not care until they're forced to care or be retained. It's teachers, parents, or students. Sometimes it's all three, but the point is that people like success and dislike failure. That's very wise. Maybe I don't hate math. Maybe I hate, but I don't mind failing in some things. But I legit failed math. And let me go back to the roots of that. You know what? He might be right. Like, I just think most math is stupid and irrelevant. Like, you're never, unless you're going to be a mathematician, I don't need to do logs. Like, I will never, ever use a log in my life. Like, so for me, the not caring came from there's no point. Like it's pointless. In high school, I failed Algebra 2 honors, and I had to take summer school. And the second semester of that year, I dropped into the like CP class is what we called it, and I had like 110%. I went from having like a 45 to 110%, and it was the same subject. It just one was like elevated. So, man, I didn't hate that second math class. I hated the first one. What does that mean? Yeah, so maybe I don't hate math. I just hated like everything surrounding it and like the pointlessness of most of it. Okay, that's not a bad opinion. If someone catches a ball at an MLB game with their bare hands, don't pressure them to give it to a kid. Okay. It's pretty rare. Good start. It's pretty rare for someone to catch a ball at an MLB game. Tonight, my boyfriend caught his very first ball with his bare hands, and before the ball even landed in his hand, some random guy sitting next to us. Give it to the kid. She's adorable. Who are you going to tell us what to do with the ball? My boyfriend ended up giving it to the kid, though. What's the obsession with giving it to random kids? That's a good point. That's a good point. If I like pull a Odell Beckham at a baseball game and catch a baseball like that, and then there's just some snot-nosed kid like, give me the ball, please. Like, bro, get your own ball. Yeah, maybe it's worth standing on business and just being a jerk to little children. But then you could like make that little kid's day. I respect you. You know what? I will no longer judge somebody if they decide to stand on business and not give the kid the ball. Because that is valid. Like, especially if you catch it barehanded, just like a beast. And if you love baseball, then I think that's fair. I like that. Especially if it's the own parents. Like, if a parent's like, can you give it to my kid? No, frick you. You suck. That's lame. I like that. Let's be mean to children. Movies just aren't very good anymore. I don't want to read that. Burgers and fries shouldn't go together. This has gotten me into a lot of arguments with my friends, but I've always believed that burger and fries don't go well together. The fries and burger buns are both rather dry and starchy, which makes the whole experience so boring. Yes, even with good fries and buns, I believe fries would go so much better with some meat and sauce, and burgers would go better with some sort of salads, coleslaw. This is not a health thing. They just don't go together. Top comment says, at least you know this is unpopular. So my order at In-N-Out, because I don't hate fries, but I agree that fries are a little just like bland. Like it's just like a filler thing. And I would rather have 2 burgers. So when I go to In-N-Out, I get 2 double doubles, no fries, no drink, with a water cup. And it's pretty close to the same price as like the combo, but you get 2 burgers. So like I finished that first double double, which I'm never satisfied. And then I don't want to like end on fries. I like to have my last bite be like the best bite flavor wise. So it's like what I remember throughout the day. Okay, that's like so dramatic. But when I finish that first double double, I have another double double. And that's just the best. So highly recommend just like skipping the fries. I wouldn't say they don't go together. That's America's meal. Like we do whatever we want with our food. But just do 2 burgers. A burger and burger goes together. I'll have a burger with a side of burger, please. No haircut needs to cost $50. True. What's changed? Inflation. That's changed. But yeah, your hair grows fast. Like 5 days, you'll be looking almost back to normal. Okay, not that fast. I mean, maybe if you're like cutting a half centimeter off your hair, haircuts used to be like 15, 20. True. True. But it's because now there's like the massage and they shampoo your hair and it's like a whole thing. So I recommend buying a haircut set as a guy. Girls, I get it's more complicated. But buy a haircut set and learn to cut your own hair. And it's not going to be great, but you'll save money. I cut my hair for like 7 years. And only in the last year did I like go again because I wanted to like try some stuff that I knew I wouldn't be able to do. But for like 7 years, I didn't pay for a haircut. And after like, 2 or 3 times, I paid for the set in my own cuts. And I started like messing with my buddy's hair, and that was pretty fun. In Africa, one time, I was getting a haircut, and they had a sign that said, like, child was $5, adult was 10, and white person was 20. Tapatio deserves to be Tapatio deserves to be America's table hot sauce over Tabasco. Better flavor and less vinegar. I say Cholula. I like Cholula better than Tapatio or Tabasco. Now, my friend Alston's like obsessed with Tapatio. And it is better than Tabasco. Tabasco sucks. But Cholula, I have like 2 giant balls of Cholula. I have Cholula every day, which my dad calls Cholula Cholo sauce, by the way. Not because he's racist. We're Mexican. But because, like, that's how he like thinks it's spelled. He thinks it's Cholo sauce. So we'll be at a restaurant. Do you have any Cholos? They should make a sauce called Cholo sauce. It would sell well. Zendaya is cringy and bad at acting? I think I disagree. She killed it on Shake It Up. Open casket funerals are traumatizing. Facts. I just don't get people needing closure by looking at the deceased. I'm not religious, but there's definitely something different looking at a person that isn't alive. They don't look like they're sleeping. They look like they're dead. Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. Yeah, in Africa, every 60 seconds, a minute goes by. What is that? They don't look like they're sleeping. They look like they're dead. Because they are dead. The 2 most prominent memories of my grandma, cuckoo, no way, are the over microwave hot dogs for lunch and walking up to her casket. She looked like an inanimate object, and at 40, it's still burned in my mind. Rest in peace, Grandma Cuckoo. That's a crazy name. Playing the lottery is a worthwhile investment. Not because of the expected financial return, but because it is a relatively cheap way to maintain some form of hope. My guy is down bad. Holy crap. For many people, realistically achieving complete financial freedom or even generational wealth is simply not feasible. This is depressing. Even if they save the extra $5 a week a ticket would cost, knowing the odds and understanding that it will, in 99.99% of the time, not pay for itself, doesn't take into account the fact that the thought and hope of a chance at a completely different lifestyle can drastically improve someone's life. Wow. I don't gamble, and this has got me thinking. It's a relatively cheap way to maintain some form of hope. Holy cow, that is so deep. Oh my gosh, $5 a week helps me get through 60 hours of work, gives me wonderful things to daydream about, helps me enjoy watching content about cars I will never be able to afford, and gives me 2 times a week during the draw something to get excited about. That's a better investment than 99% of things I would spend that $5 on otherwise. Wow. You play the lottery, my friend. I hope you win. Okay, let me do a couple more. The thought of a beach is so much better than the actual beach. Beach, please. I mean, when you think of beaches, you think about a relaxing time, but as soon as you're there, your feet are getting burned, your towel's full of sand, and when you leave there, and there will be sand everywhere for the next 3 months in your car house shoes. Fine, don't go to the beach, my friend. I will go to the beach. But no, the beach is much better than the thought of the actual beach. The beach is much better than the thought of a beach. Going to the beach is 1000% more fun than thinking about going to the beach. What is he talking about? That's crazy. Let me read you some of mine. Oh, this isn't gonna go well. I'm gonna have haters. Okay, not all these are like that serious, okay? They're just for fun, but let's see. Hot takes. Okay, I'm just gonna start at the top. I probably won't read all these because I'm kind of scared. Nike is the most overrated brand in history, and despite having a massive cultural impact, I believe it makes people seem cheap. Ooh, saying that out loud hits a little different, but I feel that way. I just think Nike is overrated. It's sure they make some cool products and like are generally good quality, but it's so like it's just basic. It's such a basic brand, and oh, you spend 300 on these limited Jordan. Like, bro, I don't care. Like, I'm not saying they like look bad. I just like see them, and I immediately am just like, it's like there's nothing special about it to me. Like they're because it's so common, and I don't feel that way about other common brands, but something about Nike just is like it just seems cheap. Like you could have a really nice outfit on and then put Jordans, and I'm like, ugh, like you just ruined the whole outfit. That's just me. Disneyland is a scam. I don't think that's that hot of a take. I think a lot of people agree with me. Like it's just there's so many other things I'd rather spend $150 on than going to Disneyland. It's just everything about that place is a scam. Chess is the greatest game ever created in history. It's literally a perfect game. I feel that way strongly. There's no game that's better. There's no luck involved. It's all strategy and it's so like it's just perfect. A sport that has cheerleaders is automatically lame. Oh, that's not going to go well. But I just think it's weird, like having women cheer for you when you do the job you're supposed to do. Like, and I'm not taking away from cheer. I've been to like a real cheer competition, and man, those people are talented. Like, that's one thing. But like playing a sport and then just having women and men like pom pom for you, it's just kind of like, what is this? Like, what is this? Is this a show? Like, I just want to see people play a sport and do the sport that they're supposed to do. I don't need like I get it's like part of the whole entertainment of stuff, but this is also coming from a soccer player. Ooh, white girls are the catalyst for most social drama and issues. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I just think they're the loudest. Okay, hear me out on this one. If everyone was an aggressive driver, the roads would be safer. Now that contradicts the like one of the very first ones about the speed limit thing, but I lived in Africa for a couple years and there's no defensive driving there. And I drove there and found that by everybody being really aggressive and just cutting people off, it somehow is safer. Like there's less crashes, and you just know that, okay, I'm gonna yeet into this two-way intersection that people are going 60 miles per hour down, and I know people are gonna stop for me because when I'm going 60 miles per hour, I'm expecting that somebody's just going to go in front of me. So you just like there's this mutual understanding between all the drivers there, and despite it being insanity, there's way less crashes for some reason. I don't think it'd work here though, because Americans are just too much. Okay, I worded this one a little strongly, but what I mean is more people, like if you don't have your red receipts on, which is 90% of the population, I don't like that. I think you're lame. I think it's fake. Have them on. Who cares? If you text me right now and I see it, I will read your message. And then I might not respond and you'll see that I read it. And you can think I'm a jerk, but I'm not going to play this game of like delay response with texting. That's what phone calls was. Like you would call people because you needed to get a hold of them, but people wouldn't answer because it was like I don't have the time to talk right now, but I have the time to text. Texting is supposed to eliminate this like game of delayed responses with people, yet that's not how it operates. So for everybody in my phone, I have red receipts on. If you text me, they're on. And if it says delivered on your end, it's because I don't have my phone or I just have not seen your message at all. I think pre workout's lame, super lame. If you can't like mentally prepare, you're not that serious about it. You're not about it. I said it. Can't you tell by my size that I'm clearly about the gym? Like, just think about something dark in your past, bro. I've been divorced. Oh, best pre-workout ever. Like, it's so good. It's just so much content there I can use to fuel my next lift. It's great. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. In fact, I think that it's lame if you watch this video and aren't subscribed to me. I think that's an unpopular opinion. I'm sorry. Okay, have a good one. Bye.